Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Forex.Today YouTube channel. Let's do some trading, huh? Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Sorry about that. Oh, whoa, hey now. So good morning. Hi, my name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Welcome to the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Because there's no day like Forex.Today, right? If you're benefiting from these educational webinars that I host every single day on behalf of Traders Way clients, then please visit TradersWay.com. Open up an account today. Even a demo account takes hardly any effort on your part, but we'd appreciate it if you joined our family. Fast execution speed, competitive spreads, world-class customer service. We want to be the prime broker to your successful Forex trading business. And that's why I'm here, to help you become a success. Yeah, up, down, buy. Boy, that looks weird, huh? Hang on. It's having a tough time. Video's too big. Anyways. Oh, now what does it do? Oh, I guess that's it. Anyways, hey, what is this? So something updated. Oh no, spinning. All right, so let's just move over. Yeah, waiting on the ECB. Is this in the way? Yeah, you see it too. Everything is freezing up on me. There we go, capture. So, all right, so anyways, looks like they've updated an app on me. All right, so we're good. So we got ECB coming up, yada, 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 good, fine. I'm sure they're going to revolutionize the world and change everything that they're doing, or maybe do nothing. Hey, did Macron go with a confidence vote today? It's like, hey, if Theresa May gets... Anyways, I'm sorry. Let me read some of the comments. Do you have two computer rigs? No. Oh, well, you're so funny. And the one I broadcast on. Yeah, this is a laptop. This is a laptop. I do like homework here, and I do my trading over there. So yeah, I have an L-shaped mahogany desk, but it's I like it because it's Art Deco. That's kind of my style. And it looks really, really old, but then it's got built-in power strips and USB ports and stuff like that. So yeah, laptop here, trading over there. Yeah, I think I'm going to smash this rig that I have. Like literally, I was thinking, it'd be fun if I smashed it. I think I want to try something else. But first of all, I'm going to put a YouTube video on how I built this rig. I'll let you look at it. But I think I'm going to throw away all the LCDs, including this Samsung 4K 75-inch. I was thinking it'd be fun to just smash it. And then I was thinking maybe replace it with three 50-inch 4Ks. 4K, 50-inch, 50-inch, 50-inch. And then I'm not happy with the computer. I'm having all kinds of memory problems. It's like I'm going senile. So I think I'm going to throw that away. Remember, it's designed to run 18, basically LCDs, not LEDs, right? So it's running it's got enough ports for 18 screens. I think I'm going to throw that away too and get a new trading rig. In that case, it just needs to run 3 4K screens. But I'd like to get one that could run 6 4K screens. But actually, if you start looking around, that's actually a difficult thing. I'm not sure why. But I think ultimately my third choice might be 6 4K 43s. So you can go 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43. And that might actually be the best. But I don't know. If you got any thoughts on that, that'd be great. The only thing is, when you get to 43 and bigger, they don't really make arrays for displays that big. So now you basically have to mount them on the wall. I suppose that's okay. Well, Ian, it's more of an issue of a change than what the change is. Okay? So if they're no longer weakening the euro, then the euro should probably strengthen. Right, Ian? So, well, let's reverse the question first of all. What does monetization of debt by central banks do to a currency? So they go to Deutsche Bank and say, sell us $1 billion worth of treasuries. Deutsche Bank says, okay, here's the $1 billion worth of treasuries. Give us the $1 billion. So the ECB can just go, bloop, 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 invent some money, just totally invent it, just on a computer. They don't print, right? Just on a computer. Okay, $1 billion, right? 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, right? And then they just transfer it to Deutsche Bank. There you go. Thank you for the $1 billion in treasuries. So it didn't cost the ECB anything. But now Deutsche Bank has $1 billion. Oh, now it's real. Okay, that's in a bank account now. And then that can get spent and get spent and get spent and get spent. So theoretically it enters the real economy. So if they are no longer calling up Deutsche Bank saying, hey, we'd like to buy another $1 billion this month, and all their other buddies, if they're not doing that, that money is not entering the economy. Therefore, there will be less of a shift to the right of the supply curve, okay, which is now a change in trend. And that doesn't in of itself strengthen the euro, it just stops weakening the euro. Yeah, Guy says check out the 59-inch curved monitor. Well, see, the problem with the curve is if you're going to have lots of them, I don't think it works out well. So, like, one thing I thought is you could do, like, 50K center, 50K curve, 50K curve. I mean, that might be okay. But you want the bezels to match up and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm thinking is 50K vertically. Okay? So, not sideways. I mean, I don't know. So, vertical, 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 right? So, like, for example, a 50K is probably about this wide and about this tall. So you'd have a 50K vert, 50K vertical. So to the top of my Harvard hat, for example, would be the top of the 50K screen. So 3 verts. I think that might be better than this thing. Okay. And you can see now, now it's just bombing. I got memory issues where sometimes when I boot it, it goes beep, 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 and there's like 3 sticks but I've already replaced it, and it's this expensive DDR, and it's 5 or 4. I mean, it's a memory checking server quality. I bought really expensive stuff. It's not a PC. So it's got memory that tests itself before starting, which is all fine and dandy, except they all fail. So I don't know. And the same group supplied my last machine, and it had very similar problems. It just didn't do what it was supposed to do. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. Oh, yeah, Guy. Yeah, they all do that too. Plus, you just download software to do that as well. So that screen, you can set it up so it basically turns into 4 32s or something. I don't know. It automatically can do that. So that part's not that big of a deal. Okay. All right. Woke up this morning as the miracle occurred. So we're just sitting here waiting. Too bad, huh? Right. Yeah. Okay, no, it's the bond purchases that you need to worry about. So we'll see. So let's just isolate euro, and that's why I have this set up, by the way. It's weird I only have 2 on this. Woke up this morning as a miracle occurred. File on chart. Gotta have euro pound. And then I think I'd add euro Swissy. So that's a pretty good representation. Ciao. It's amazing I haven't done 15 hours worth of homework today. Feels so good. All right, so what? Underwhelming reaction to the euro, to the European news? Guess we could drop into like 15. La, 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 la. So far, it looks like a little bit of strength, right? Yeah, Ed, you're probably right. I've gone so far as, I remember when Windows 7 came out, and I was still using XP on my trading computers. Yeah, I'm going to send so look, I just haven't had a lot of time lately, but now I got lots of time. Much more time, I should say. I don't have lots of time. So one of the things I'm going to work on is updating the OCO. I found the right one. It works really nice. I'll add it to the I'll send it out to everyone that has the template, and maybe I'll put together a video or something. Okay. But it probably won't be today, but maybe tomorrow. Okay. All right. So you see what's happened now? So let's look at like Euro Aussie, something that you're probably not watching. Okay. Isn't that interesting? How we just go to the top of the range, to the bottom of the range, and then nothing really happens, right? Right on. I appreciate that. How do I address you? Is it Azabu? Can I call you Ozzy? Azabu. Azabu. Juban. Gahin. Where are you from, Azabu? Let's change the template here. La 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 la. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Okay. You see this? Even on a daily basis. JT. Wow, I would have guessed that. Oh, really? Tokyo, huh? All right. Well, luckily you gave yourself a nice YouTube name. JT would have been easier. Okay. So anyways, notice like how do you analyze the way that the market feels? And the market feels, well, it hasn't skyrocketed, right? And we're still in the buy and sell zones, right? So let me get my drawing tool out. One of the things we talked about a lot, I think it was yesterday or the day before in our webinar. By the way, if you're new to these webinars, please subscribe. Okay? Because a lot of what I'm doing is I'm adding on layers from the past. So I'd like you to join these webinars on a regular basis. So one of the things we talked about was this, right? A higher high in the context of a downtrend. So the next thing you need to do is anticipate a higher low. One of the things you can do is look at this area, okay? And you drag that across as a potential zone for which that could happen. Okay. It's easier to anticipate after a double bottom, let's say. Okay, that's the easier one. But sometimes it's just pachow, okay? And you gotta pay attention to like the little dipsy doos. So this to this to this, okay? So now the thought a bull would be having is to take it north, right? And you can see that some people might have waited for the news to come out, but it's still the same buy zone. So it's a simple day trading strategy, here to here to here, right? Now, the interesting part, okay, this is day trading, by the way, day trading. Okay, classic FX bootcamp. The opposite of that is bears already sold it, and they're probably going to try again. And that's why they waited here. So that's why I'm like underwhelmed, right, to the response anyways, because bulls bought where bulls were supposed to buy, and that's here. Bears sold where bears were supposed to sell, which is here and here. And everything else is just statistical noise, I guess. Does that make sense? Where you got to know what your plan is. And if you pick your lines, guys, oops, I overdid that one. If you pick your lines, even on a daily basis, look, this is, your sell price. Your price. This is your buy price. And everything else is amateurs losing money. Okay. Now the next part is, a breakout, pullback up, breakdown, pullback down. This oscillator is suggesting down soon. Okay. It's crossing down, and you ignore it unless it's at resistance. So it really comes down to whether you believe that's resistance or not. Okay. See? And now people are like, it's people that are trading in here that are going to find frustrating results. Okay. You notice that this wicked here, and it basically wicked here, right? How do you get a wick? Well, price dropped, and what happened? It slammed into a whole bunch of buy orders. What? So somebody had an order, a buy order here, 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 here. Okay? So bears reacted to the news, took it down, slammed into a whole bunch of buy orders, and it very quickly went this way in just seconds. And then it hit this. Well, why? What happened? Sell, 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 sell. I bet you there were even more up here. Okay, so what can you learn from that? The people reacting in the middle are getting sliced and diced by people that actually had trade plans. Okay? Bulls, bears, and everything else is monkeys in the middle. Or to say it differently, bears had trade plans ahead of time. Bulls had trade plans ahead of time. And in the middle, you got pigs. And pigs get slaughtered. Okay? So is there something that you can take away from this? I hope so. Okay. Now, did Draghi or did he say anything in the release about bond buying, or are we going to have to wait till a press conference? Well, Warren, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, you can say, this is a robot if I did this, right? Why? What's going to enter it? Oh, well, the server. So what I'm saying is, before the news came out, professionals knew the prices they wanted to get short. And volatility was going to give them the move. Okay? So there were a bunch of orders like this. And there was a bunch of orders like this. And somewhere here, somewhere down here. Okay, some were hit, some were not hit, but that's what it looked like. Okay, and then it happened, and all these orders went from working orders to actually being orders in the market. Okay, but what is it that you're doing? Is it different than that? Okay, I'm only suggesting that this stuff occurred for a logical reason. And if you think about it, there might be a learning experience. There might be a takeaway. Okay? That you did something different than the other. This is Euro Aussie, so I don't know. There's a few $1 trillion in there, but, $1 trillion, let's say. Or let's just say hundreds of millions moved, and you did something different. Well, different in Forex usually isn't good. Okay? You're not trying to outsmart the market. Okay? And if anyone tries to do it, on the long run, they will fail. It's like a classic tale of knights in shining armor fighting, something. Thank you, Shaw. Welcome to the family. So, it's just it's an old tale but it's fantasy to outsmart the market. So you're much better to say what is the market doing? What is the market thinking? How can I go along with the market? Okay. Thank you, Chuck. Oh, well, what price? Thank you, Supreme. Okay. How do you choose price? That is called a trade plan. Okay. So, for example, as I just explained, if you just back out even to a 15-minute chart and you look over what happened this week, okay, a bull sees this as a higher high. So like I said, you can look left, drag this across, and say, if I'm going to be a bull, I want to buy around there. Okay? So that's sort of your strategy. You want to buy this, you know your price, and then you zoom in. Okay? If you miss this, then what would you do? Well, you know as close to this price as possible, you'd like to get long. So you can just throw down a bunch of orders maybe here, right? Boom, 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 boom. Kind of reverse engineer it and kind of do it like this way. Okay? You look at these wicks. Okay? But the news itself doesn't tell you that. Your strategy, your trade plan. Okay? So the message I'm trying to get across is whoever bought that wick had a trade plan. And everyone else just reacting to the news release probably doesn't have a trade plan. They're trying a dog and pony show, carnival game type strategy of, oh my God, so it popped out and we should do this and throw it down there, blah, 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 blah. But there's no strategy. Okay? You got to be very careful on that. Reynolds asks, how do you determine lot size? This is another one. Here's what you do, Reynolds. You reverse engineer what you think the worst month you would like to have on your trading results to be. Because remember, you need, let's say, 5 years of trading history, I think you have to keep to show to a potential client, right? So you say, oh, this is what I did over the last 5 years. And they look at it. And they look at plus and minus, basically monthly, right? What do you want your worst month to be, Reynolds? Now, to give you an example, when you look at Barclays Hedge, database of commodity trading advisors in the United States that are trading global macro or something close to currency trading, because they get thrown into a certain category. The average winning month, well, actually the average month in general, is plus 2%. Okay? So if you're returning plus 2% month after month after month, you are the most elite, best performing foreign exchange trader in the United States, trading, let's say, $100 million, which is a small fund. Less than $100 million, you're like amateur. You're basically a retail managed program. Over $100 million, you're like, okay, you're sort of legitimately a professional. And then once you get closer to several hundred million, then you're pro, right? So when you look at people trading real money, let's say $100 million, and they're doing something like what we do, they return 2% a month. So if you kind of reverse that, I would say maybe your worst month on your 5-year trading record should be minus 2%. About the same as your average win. The only thing is you want, let's say, 4 or 5 winning months in a row and then 1 losing month. 4 or 5 winning months in a row and then 1 losing month. Okay? all plus or minus 2%. But you might say worst month where absolutely every single trade you take fails should be, let's say, minus 5%. You can't imagine being that bad, but if you were that bad, minus 5%. See, you can recover from a negative 5% month, but if you have a negative 50% month, you need 100% to get back to break even, and you're not that good. So you got to put yourself into a situation where if all hell breaks loose, right, you can survive. So let's say the worst, you make 30 losing trades in a row. That should be negative 5%. Now, if that's your number, how many trades do you make in a month? 30, 20, 100? Then reverse engineer that all those trades end up being a negative 5, and then calculate your lot size. And I bet you're 1,000 times over leveraged. You're probably so ridiculously over leveraged. If it's not funny, it's sad. So you might find like, oh my God, I got to drop my lot size to 0.001. And then you might find like, even if you dropped it to the micro lots, you're still over leveraged based on what I just shared with you. And in that case, you don't have enough money. You're undercapitalized. And don't get all pissy about that. It's like saying, well, you want to start a restaurant. I'm like, really good. Do you know how to cook? You're like, yeah, actually, I'm a really good chef. Oh, fantastic. Do you have any trading experience? No. Have you ever gone to chef school? No. But my kids really like my food. Okay. All right. You're starting out with a long shot. So what's your plan? Well, I want to start a restaurant. Great. How much money you got? Oh, I don't have any money. You're like, well, this is going to be a tough challenge, right? So you come into Forex, right? And you don't have any experience, right? And you don't have a strategy. And you don't have any money. It's going to be a problem, right? All these things need to be fixed. So it's just another variable. If you want to start a restaurant, you better get a second job and start saving some money. And if you don't have, if you don't have any professional culinary experience, maybe you need some training. Go to a school, get something, and work your way to being a professional restaurateur, an entrepreneur restaurateur, and just put together a plan. That's all. But right, so I don't know what the number is. If you have, let's say, $5,000 in your trading account, what your lot size is probably going to be mini lots. I used to trade like one mini lot for every $100,000 in cash in my account, something like that. But you come up with your own rule, okay? Less is more. With that being said, get your lot size down to as small as you possibly can using the logic I just shared with you. And you notice my logic that I shared with you keeps you alive as a foreign exchange trader for as long as heavenly possible, so that you give yourself time to get better at fundamentals, to get better at technicals, to get better at trade planning, to get better at all this stuff, trader psychology and all this, the discipline and the foresight and all this stuff that's required. You want to be able to survive, because no matter how good you are now as a currency trader, I don't know if you traded for a month, a year, or 10 years. But one thing's for sure, if you're doing things right, no matter how good or bad you are now, if you can trade every day for the next 10 years, you suck now compared to you in the future, if you're doing what you should be doing. Now, a lot of people golf once or twice a week for 10 years, and they still suck at golf. So we know that you're just sitting here splashing like a baby in a bathtub, splashing around, trade, buy, sell, buy. That's not going to make you a better trader. It's not going to get you to be a professional and stuff. So if you're really focused and disciplined and really learning the right things, doing the right things, and having a long-term vision, for what you're doing today, all these things, you will become an amazing foreign exchange trader. And then if you can just prove that, see, like, I can help you become a better trader, right? But then you're like, well, but Wayne, I'm still poor. Like, let's say 5 years from now, you have a great track record, or even 3 years from now, you have a great track record, consistent returns, very little drawdowns, very little volatility. And you're like, but Wayne, now I have this, but I'm still poor. Well, good. Let's go out to rich people, show them what you do, and let's get you unpoor. Because I know a lot of rich people, and rich people love people that keep them rich. Okay? Now, right? Now, bear in mind, you're still a servant to them. You're like their lawn, your gardener. Oh, here's my foreign exchange trader. Yeah, I gave him a Christmas card. Yeah. What's he do? He mows my lawn, and then he trades for my money. Right? Yeah. So anyways, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, here's one other thing. And I thought, I'd almost like to do a documentary if I wasn't at school right now. So maybe in 2 years, when I'm done, I got my 2 degrees from Harvard. Stuff. Oh, did I tell you? Do you know who's giving my commencement speech in May for my first degree? Do you know who is the speaker? Maybe you've heard of her. Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel is doing my commencement speech. So my mother's going to be in the audience with my daughter. The most powerful woman in the world is going to do the speech. Yeah, that's cool, right? I told Wynn, I'm like, this is the most powerful woman in the world. Isn't that neat? So I'm like, I'm bringing my daughter. My mom's going to be there. They're going to be sitting out there. And I'm like, hey, Angela. I'll say, hey, what's up, Angie? Woohoo! Merc, the Merkster. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it neat? Adolf's crack. Ross, how rude. But anyways, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. So Euro, nice. Nothing happened. Great. Maybe that's all it's worth, huh? Going back to crude, waiting and waiting. Look, nothing happened with Kiwi. Okay. Notice that our lines are still holding, though. Right? We just did this, yesterday or I don't know. These are our buy lines, right? And even look how tight this is. Okay. What are my degrees in? Global studies of economics. So consider that macroeconomics. The other one is management and finance. So like I said, it looks like I'm going to be doing some Harvard research, like literally now as a fellow. I'm going to be a research fellow at Harvard University. I'm going to prove out the model that I created for managing risk for endowments of museums and artistic institutions, maybe even educational institutions like universities. Okay. So anyways, so we're still stuck. So I look at this and, first of all, the more it does this, the less I want to trade it. But what I'm trying to show you is as time goes by, we're still just doing this. So I hope you're not doing something different. Okay. Thank you, Mohammed. You don't like that, Mohammed? So I'm trying to show you, Muhammad, I look at this and there's nothing happening. I looked at the other thing and there's nothing happening. Okay. So far in New York, USD yen has moved 3.5 pips. In London, it moved almost 13.5 pips. Tokyo moved 21.5 pips. So Mohammed, we can wait. Is all I'm trying to show eager traders. See, a lot of newer traders, they just trade the same way, the same every day, probably even the same currency pairs. I'm trying to show you to analyze. Okay. So it's fairly calm right now. Okay. Yeah. Well, Mohammed's eager. Mohammed doesn't care that Harvard said I was a genius. That's all right. So, if anything, that's what you're looking for. The lines are still there. This just goes back to what we've done in the past. But notice, like price action, for example. Right? It's not perfect price action, but there's something there. The double bottom, higher high, higher low. Do you remember me telling you about this one? About this being the buy? Okay, great. Then what? Then there's new higher high. What do? It's the same thing, right? Just basic price action, right? You find your old lines, right? And now we're just stuck in here as we get closer and closer, but it should pop, and then it should drop, and then it should rally up. But there's not a lot to say. It's just very, very, very basic and boring, actually. But, I guess the other way of looking at it, how about this? Because I'm trying to communicate the way I feel. If you're a bull, there's nothing to do anymore. I don't understand. Maybe you bought here, okay, or here, or here, okay, or the bottom. But it's always like when we're in situations like this, and people are asking me about buying. I'm like, I don't understand, what goes through what process you're going through. I don't get it. This is where you're supposed to be aggressive, right? You can even be aggressive here, although I'm not going to like it, but you can count this as a role reversal. And you can quote the moving averages and all this kind of stuff. 21's above the 55 on the hour. You're taking, but look how obvious this one is. This is where you're supposed to be long. Look how obvious this one is. I mean, it's so, right? Just beautiful oscillators, 21 EMA, roll reversal, right? This is where you're supposed to be aggressive and get in. This is where you're supposed, but what do you do here, right, Mohammed? What do you do here? Well, nothing really, unless you're a bear. But I even if I was a bear, I couldn't really truly coach you to be a bear unless you get at least 100% down here, cut through the moving averages, and then roll it over, right? So it's like you're probably not going to be a bear today, and you shouldn't be a bull now. Really? What did you didn't want it? I mean, even 6 hours ago, you could have done it. I wouldn't have liked it, but I guess you could say, well, I'm just so super aggressive. But look at the oscillator, right? I tried to get that straight, but the oscillator was here, guys. That doesn't say buy. So what are you supposed to do? Buy at support, right? All right, well, was there any support here? Tons of support. And the oscillator? Oh, my God, right? So these are very, very easy buys if you're already a bull. This is a very easy buy if you're already a bull. Yeah, if you're aggressive, this is it. But notice that this is also the weekly swing trade off a double bottom, oversold at support, right? There's three very, very good trades. So what am I supposed to do now? Like, talk about the most powerful woman in the world speaking at my graduation. But certainly not doing anything. Now, if you had to be bear, that is resistance. Okay? That, right? If you just had to do it, you can take the shot. You have permission. If you're a bear, you can. I'm saying it's quite aggressive. And I'd rather you be aggressive on the second move. I'd rather you be aggressive here. But you certainly can. Oh my God, yeah. But, right? And if not on USD yen, then maybe something better. Because like I said, this has only moved, in London, it only moved 12 pips. Angela Merkel? You don't think so? She's the only one that I know of that has government support and nuclear weapons. I like put it this way. I don't think it's Theresa May. I mean, maybe it's Oprah. I don't know. But it's not Theresa May. Yeah, Ian. Good way of putting it, Ian. So I look at it, and if I don't see a move, right? But anyways, what I am trying to share with you is now, look, we've gone now full circle on this, right? I think I have it on the Euro chart. I think, right? Euro Aussie. Label. That's not what I wanted. Cancel. Okay. You see how now going into the 1 minute, we've kind of gone full circle up and down. Euro dollar is even more, right? Top to the top, right? Well, to the bottom, to the top, and now back into the bottom. I prefer to take a walk on that. Yeah, I would say, well, the thing is, Yellen didn't have nuclear bombs, Kevin. She might have been important financially. And Germany is very important to Europe. And the European Union has a larger population than the United States. Plus, she's got some nuclear bombs. And she also holds the line of defense against Russians, right? So Russia will very quickly take back all of Eastern Europe, and then suddenly, right up to the Czech border, we're going to have German and American tanks. We'll be right back to where we were. Yeah, Merkel is gone, but yeah. Yeah. And wasn't before she became Chancellor of Germany for like 20 years, wasn't she like a nuclear physicist or something? She did like nuclear chemistry. Oh, Lagarde. Yeah, I like Lagarde too. She's a classy bitch, huh? She looks like she'll kick your ass, but she looks great with a scarf and pearl earrings. But she looks like she'd be tough as nails. Lagarde. Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky, actually. We live in a very good time to have such female role models. Theresa May, Angela Merkel, right? Christine Lagarde. And Hillary Clinton. Michelle Obama. Oprah. I used to think Meg Whitman was pretty smart too, but I don't know what she's up to these days. Woke up this morning. So I'm just doing my lines, guys. There's one here, obviously. I wouldn't. Normally I'd mark this one up, but I'm not that interested in that one, I think. You know, like you got to go back, like an entry here. This is the conservative target for that entry. So a lot of these things are just dead, guys. I mean, we also have to recognize we're about, what, a week away from holidays? Okay. Pia says, what are my Stoke settings? Pia, go to, maybe I should just pull it up. Go to, let me show you. I think that's it.
U.S. markets is driving some investors to foreign currency. Joining us again from Atlanta with some tips on trading and foreign money is Wayne McDonald. He's chief currency coach.
I think it's this one. So this is a playlist. There's 4 videos. I think they're about, what, 20 minutes each? 24? There's 4 videos, about an hour, hour and a half. And you'll get all the settings and all the strategies and all the tactics. And oh, yeah, here they are. See? Oops. Come on. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Okay? And that'll give you all the basics of how to use the setups that I use every single day. Okay. And notice that I recorded that like 8 years ago, and it's still what I do. You know, like there's nothing new here. And even then, that it was old even back then. So feel free to watch that. Okay. So gold, oil, look, all the stuff stuck in the mud. Okay, make sure you don't overtrade on a day like this, guys. This is kind of what I'm trying to show you. If you're going to sell or buy, make sure you're doing it at very hardcore levels of support and resistance, ideally with a trend. I mean, this is what we're supposed to do, right? Like, what does technical analysis tell you? It tells you if, first of all, is there an uptrend? And if so, where is the support so you can buy the next dip? Or if there's a downtrend, right? So you analyze it and you say, based on my technical analysis, I believe there's a downtrend. So therefore, I'm going to pick a price in which I'm going to sell. It's going to be a lower high. And that should create a lower low. Or is the market sideways in which I will buy at the bottom or sell at the top? Okay? That's what our job is. Not to trade, to analyze. And then once you've picked your prices, that's where you enter your trades. Right? I mean, think about how most trades are done in the bank. Some guy calls up the desk. I want to buy Kiwi CAD with this type of order when it comes down to, let's say, 91.40 with a stop just below, let's say, 90.89, 90.75. Stop at 90.75. Start buying around 91.30, fill to kill, right? Boom. And then you wait. You had to call your orders in. I used to teach people how to trade with banking style so that they had to create their own trade plans, and then they had to contact the trading desk to enter the trades, which means they had to think about it, and they couldn't do it very quickly, and they had to wait for the trading desk, and then they had to clarify the order. What is the entry price? What is the stop? What is the limit? And communicate all of that. Would you prefer to close open positions before the ECB conference? The press conference? You're not trading. If you're not trading euro, then you shouldn't be dramatically affected. There might be some correlation, but Aussie and dollar and Swissy and yen shouldn't be directly affected by the ECB. As I explained yesterday, I wouldn't trade Swissy yen, so that's one whole thing. I just have to mention it. But it shouldn't dramatically be affected by a press conference related to Euro central banking policy. Sure, Hoodoo. Seems like there is like entire videos on the subject in the training courses at FX Bootcamp. Maybe you should consider taking training courses. For example, Hoodoo, what commodity affects the New Zealand dollar the most? Yeah, Mohammed. That being said, don't be afraid of using stops. Okay. I expect euro to move. And it may be good, like your Aussie dollar, for example, you would think would do all right in a situation where a major central bank says their economy is strong enough not to need so much emergency support. That should be good, right? Yeah, it's dairy products, guys. Dairy. So, like, for example, if you don't know that, right, you're missing a lot. So, for example, Fonterra, dairy auction. There we go. This is a great website. This is a fantastic website in regards to strength and weakness of the New Zealand dollar. So if you trade the New Zealand dollar, you should pay attention to global lactose prices. Okay? So check this out. And take a look at global dairy prices, and then take a look at the New Zealand dollar, and you will be shocked at the correlation. And you're like, who would have known? Now, every 2 weeks, there's an auction results, and every 2 weeks, you'll see a move on the Kiwi. Well, I don't see how there would be a correlation between crypto and anything. Because there's no underlying asset. So, like, why does New Zealand's dairy auction affect the New Zealand dollar's prices? Exports. And when money and products cross over borders, right, valuations change based on supply and demand. Crypto, if they say the dollar is worthless, because it's not backed up by anything. Well, the dollar is backed up by trade. But Bitcoin or some version of it, I don't know anything about that. And it's certainly not impacted by a central bank, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Price action. about using the currency strength meter indicator and choose the market. Yeah, well, I don't understand why you can't just do it yourself. I haven't used something like that in 1,000 years, but I do remember being interested back in the early days, and there was some sort of tool for that. And then I tried to figure out the math. Like, what is it doing? Right? What is it looking at? The daily chart, the 4-hour, like what time frame is it strong or weak? And really I couldn't figure out the math. So I realized it could just be doing something stupid like a 4-hour MACD at some retarded setting. And because the 4-hour MACD is up, it says I'm a bull. But we know that is not the way to trade. So I stopped using them. And that's why I have these scans. So if you guys download my chart templates, it's in the YouTube video description. All my charts, all my profiles, all my templates, my indicators, and everything, it's all there for free. Okay? So I would go to something like Euro, and I would scan the Euro. And I would look at it, right? So Euro's on the left, Euro's on the left, Euro's on the left, Euro's on the left. So if they're all going up, Euro is strong. If they're all going down, Euro is weak. If they're all moving sideways, then it's indeterminate, right? And you can see that it's generally strong, but pound is a bit stronger. Okay, so I just did a relative strength exercise, and it takes me 1 second. But I know what's going on, and I know what time frame I'm making my decisions, right? So I can go to CAD. Of course, and that's not even set up right. All right, my bad. Aussie. Okay, and 4-hour, 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 4-hour. Make sure you're on the right time frame. Aussie on the left, right? Numerator, 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 denominator. So if these three are going up, this should be going down. If these three are going down, this one should be going up. And really, once again, on 4-hour time frame, they're not really doing anything. Okay, so I see another neutral setup. Eventually, what you want to find is something that is consistently weak against everything else or consistently strong. Not really, Kevin. Again, it's giving you averages and stuff. It takes such little effort to do a relative strength exercise that I would much rather you do the relative strength exercise. Okay? Okay, so the interesting thing is, generally speaking, okay, like the pound looks strong. Remember how I said pound looks strong? Right? This has been climbing and climbing and climbing all these hours. This hasn't been climbing as well. Okay? So I can see CAD is weak. Can you see that? Can you see CAD collapsing? And again, this isn't set up properly. Let's just change that now then. Okay. Dollar is crushing the CAD. Okay. Let's move this to a 15-minute chart, apples to apples. Okay. So dollar is much stronger than CAD. CAD and yen are not doing much of anything. So it tells me either dollar is strong or both CAD and yen are weak. So you could look at like pound dollar long, but how about pound yen long or pound CAD long? What? Pound CAD long. Okay? Trust me, I don't follow this currency. Okay? But there may be a breakout in the works. Okay? So these are relative strengths. So you can see it takes me very little time. And before I make any trade, I just quickly check the scan. Okay, fairly weak, fairly weak, fairly weak. and neutral. So again, I don't really want to trade CAD yen long. They're both weak. Euro yen, yeah, moderately okay, but at resistance. Aussie yen, yeah, at resistance, and it hasn't been a good mover. It's still, right? But this looks much more bullish, right? You see how this doesn't look like an uptrend yet? It still looks like at the lower bound of a range. This doesn't look like a lower bound of a range. Okay? So if we can get through the fib wars, maybe this starts to add up, huh? Okay. Notice that somebody took it here. Then we're up here, higher than here. Drag this across. Okay. This is your buy zone, right? Just basic price action again. We did this on a different currency, I think right at the beginning of today's webinar, right? You're like, oh, that looks great. Ciao is your trade plan. Okay. So, Kevin, that's where I want you to get to. I want you to just do the work. I don't want you to have some silly third-party tool and you're like, because, for example, if you were trading for me at a firm and you lost a bunch of money, and I'm like, Kev, what's going on? What did you do? Oh, well, my relative strength indicator told me Kiwi was strong. I don't buy that. You lost money. You need to make the decision. Okay. Imagine something relying on a 4-hour MACD, Kevin. A 4-hour MACD. That is so ridiculously slow that if you just looked at the charts, you could see that things have changed. And you're like, well, I kept buying because I don't know why. My tools said it was still bullish. Oy vey, right? You can't rely on something like that. Like I showed you before, like you need to be able to calculate MACD and stochastics with your mind. You need to be able to do the math with your mind. You need to be able to open up a scan, look at it and say, right here, right now, this is the strongest, that's the weakest, right? This is the strongest, that's the weakest, so I want to be buying Kiwi, I don't want to be buying CAD. Boom, boom, boom. Now you got trade. So how about Kiwi dollar? How about Kiwi yen? How about Kiwi CAD? Got 3 longs there. What else can I sell CAD against? CAD Swissy. Take a look at Swissy. Is Swissy strong? And boom, like because you're doing the work, right? Because you're doing the work, you can just start getting into a whole bunch of trades. Okay? Dang, that Swissy strong, huh? Holy smokes. Yeah, and that's it. So I'm just talking about what value does a relative strength indicator tell you or give you when you don't know how it's calculating it and you could just do it yourself in like 1 or 2 seconds. Or even a minute. Let's say it takes you a minute to look at this and go, Swissy over let's do Swissy on a smaller time frame, okay? Which tells you Swissy today, maybe. You're looking at this, you're like, well, Swissy has been weak for 3 hours, okay, against the Aussie. Swissy has been weak for 3 hours against the Kiwi, okay. Swissy's been weak against the dollar. See, I can't even be slow enough to make it a full minute. So I guess looking at this right now, Swissy seems to be weak against everything else. So I don't want to trade Swissy CAD or CAD Swissy. I don't want to trade CAD yen. I don't want to trade Swissy yen. Somebody asked about Swissy yen here earlier. Well, yen is weak. Swissy is weak, so I wouldn't want to trade those things. I know that, but I'm not even looking at Swissy yet. Okay? But I look at this and go, well, Aussie CAD should be going up. Kiwi CAD should be going up. CAD Yen is doing nothing. CAD Swissy is doing nothing. And I don't even have CAD on this chart. You see what I mean? So all I'm looking at is relative strength. We have congruency on the denominators. Okay. Okay, I'm going to, oh, you know what? I didn't post that link. Let's do it again. Do I still have my boot camp? No. I think I can just go back though, right? Back. If you need the standard settings and setup and stuff, it's all
Hey,
here.
good day, everyone. Grab a seat, make yourself comfortable. This is a presentation.
Okay. Like I said, it's about an hour, hour and a half. And it goes through all my setups and all, more than my setups, it's actually how to trade. Yeah, I get it. So, you know, that was another trading day. Wonder if it's going to wake up now. Pay attention. I mean, we do have weakness here. I would imagine yen is similar. Okay. Oh, yeah. Euro got slaughtered on that one, huh? Yeah, yen weak. I mean, euro weak, euro weak, euro weak, euro weak. We have congruency. Don't trade euro CAD. Don't trade euro Swissy. Why? We just did relative strength. You see it? This is way down. Well, that's 1 minute, so let's change this. 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay. Euro Aussie way down. Euro Kiwi way down. Euro Pound, yeah, way down. Euro Swissy, not as much, but even that. So yeah, Euro's weak across the board for sure. Mohammed says, the link to your templates, please. It's in the description in the YouTube video, right? Oops, what just happened? There you go. Or you can just go to http://charts.fxbootcamp.com. Okay. So pick your lines. Where is this euro move going to stop? AKA, where's the next level of support? You need to be careful on that. Where's the daily pivots, right? Where's the weekly pivots? So like, for example, 156.62 on Euro Aussie is an interesting place to take profit. Okay. Are you trading that Euro Kiwi? I'm going to bust it out to an hour. Okay. Where's the support? It's all about the support. There's one line. There's two lines. Okay. Right on, Tasso. What a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to these webinars every day, guys. I really do appreciate my time with you. So please visit tradersway.com and open an account today. Keep these webinars going. You'll have a broker with fast execution speeds. I tested that with a third-party test. It's very good. Much better than the big giant brokers that have, 40,000 or maybe 100,000 traders all on one server. The execution speed is faster Traders Way. Right? The spreads are very competitive. world-class customer service, and you and me working together every single day to make you a success. Raymond, I don't know. Raymond wants to know what that tool was. I was messing around with something yesterday, and it's just an old template somewhere. Let's see if I have it in this profile. This one here. It might be sessions, 4 sessions. Yeah, Mohammed, absolutely. Visit tradersway.com. Contact support. Tell them Wayne sent you. You want the cool kids deal? And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Who the hell is Wayne? Yeah. They got something nice for you. So anyways. No, well, that's rollover, bro. No, it's not, Ross. That's rollover. The market does that. Gee whiz, Ross. That's normal. That's normal rollover. It's just rollover, brother. That's been going on for 10. I mean, but it's not a thing. It's just that's the mechanism of the market. It's not stop hunting. Absolutely, totally, no way I believe that's true. I just do not believe that's true. Okay. And I've been trading Forex for 15 years or more. That's just how it works. Okay. That's not a broker manipulating things. That's the interbanking market. Okay. And that's particularly true with ones that don't have dealing desks and stuff. If your broker is trading against you, then they can close the books any way they want. The reason for that is in that other model, right? They don't actually enter your trades into the interbanking system. Therefore, rollover might be less, but still they're going to trade the rollover. But they're betting against you. A broker that does that essentially understands that 99% of all new traders are just going to lose all their money doing stupid things. And so they're like, all right, go ahead, put your money in the market. What they think is you're going to put $5,000 in a trading account, blow it up, and they keep the $5,000, and they never actually entered the trades anywhere. It's just when you enter the interbanking system, the interbanking system actually fluctuates at rollover and during major news events where the market freezes up or volatility increases. And that's just the interbanking system. If no one trades, think about it, at rollover, nobody's trading. Who's going to take the other side of your trade? It's how the market works. So you're like, I want to sell at this price. But the next guy is way up here. Well, that's what the spread is. There's not enough liquidity to get you at your price. So the spreads are widening. When the spreads are tight, volume's high, it's easy to match you. Think of it. Trading, a broker simply matches buyers with sellers to put you guys in or to take you out. If there's no one, if volume's low, there's very little trading, you got to stretch farther to find someone to give you the price. It's just, that's how it works. And nobody's trading a rollover. I mean, especially because of rollover. Brokers are closing books and all this stuff, and that's just how it is. So, I don't sit with the senior executives of Traders Way and all this and have the management meetings with them. But there's just no way I believe that. Okay? There's just no way I believe that. Okay, there's no way they're manipulating stops at rollover to stop hunt you and all that. I just don't believe it. Yes, that would be normal, Ross. Welcome to the interbanking system. Yeah, welcome to the interbanking system. That's the market. So anyways. Yeah, we got to go. It's been way too long again. My webinars have been going too long, I think. But I appreciate my time with you guys. And and to Ross, I don't feel like I'm yelling at you. I certainly don't mean that. So no hard feelings, but I couldn't disagree with you more. That's all. No, well, first of all, 20 pips stop. What are you, scalping? Right? Cut your leverage, cut your lot size as much as you possibly can, right? And like for example, what are you doing scalping with a 20 pip stop at rollover? Like, Ross, we got to fix that, right? That's what I'm concerned with. Like, what the heck are you doing at rollover with a tiny little stop, right? I mean, we got to fix that, brother. You're trading like 3 hours before the Asian market truly opens. And at that point, you should be entering trades and even then a 20 pip stop. Come on. Unless you're just, again, scalping. 20 pips is not enough. So you're either trading scared or you're over leveraged, so we need to lower your lot size and fix the fear part and get you into proper trade plans and all that kind of stuff. Like, the least concern you should have at all in trading, especially with Trader's Way, is your broker. Okay? Like, if that's what you're concerned about, we need to fix you because you got, right? And again, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to diminish anything. We need to fix the other things in your trading so that is just no longer an issue, because a 20 pip at a rollover, it does this at that time for like not technical analysis, but like that's how the market works. And you're trading with a tiny stop loss when no one else on the whole planet's trading. So like, let's move that around, right? Yeah, well, but Ross, right. I'm just trying to emphasize because I can't see you. I can't see your response to stuff. But we need to tweak other things. Like, don't worry about that. That is not a worry. We need to tweak the way that you trade, get you in at different times with certainly a larger stop than that, right? And like, we'll fix it. It's not your broker hunting your stop. Don't even think that way, because that's holding you back from achieving your destiny. Okay? Hoorah! Yeah, like Greg, like gaps on opens and Sunday opens and stuff. It's just how it works, man. No, I know, but if I'm raising my voice, it's not threatening or insulting. Okay. So, anyways, that is not what's happening. Turn that off. It's not helpful. It's going to hold you back. It's chewing away at your psyche, and it's just not good. It's just not good. It's not healthy. So, anyways, gotta go, babe. I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Is it really? I think it is, right? Cool. Friday. So that'd be good. If anyone's in my swing trading group, I want to have a conversation with you tomorrow. So come to the meeting if you can. If it's normally you just watch the videos or stuff, if you can, come to the meeting tomorrow, and I'd like to have a discussion. Okay? Good. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thanks for attending. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you tomorrow. Sir, yes, sir.